Yes, we record. All right.
Yeah, hitting that button.
Yes, we're hitting that button. I'm tired of this.
I'm tired.
This
I want to
semester has
go to
been making
bed.
me this semester is making me depressed, honestly.
Oof. I'm past that stage. I had all of last semester and this semester to be uh, bad mentally. I'm over it
What?
now.
Have you hit your guts arc where it's like you just don't know anymore? Are you
Yeah,
starting to feel
I I have danced with as low as I can go.
Yeah.
Uh, and that was way lower than I thought I could go.
You know
Um,
what's funny? Watching that movie probably made me even more depressed. Watching
Probably.
it probably made me even more depressed because it makes me realize like he's doing like have you watched Money Girl Senpai?
No, I have not. Are you
Okay.
recording right now, by the way?
Yeah, I'm recording right
Okay,
now.
I just want to make sure we're talking in the
Yes, we
recording.
are. We're talking the recording. It's rolling right now, which is the nice
Okay,
thing about
I have
it.
not watched it, but I know you have twice.
You should all right, you know what? We're gonna watch the anime. No, have you watched the anime? Is that the
No,
thing?
I haven't watched anything regarding it.
Okay.
I know the anime is quality, but I don't know like
It
any,
is.
anything about it. I don't really
All
know.
right, look, all you need to know is that the MC is like actually a loser,
Yeah,
but he gets bitches and I don't. That's the thing.
just throwing that in
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
throwing that in there.
exactly.
You don't, in case you were wondering.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
that's
I feel so
so you don't even want to.
sad.
You were gonna say it's relatable, but it's not.
No, it's far from that. It's far from relatable.
Ugh.
It's far from that, man. I think it's over for me. I'm cooked.
So
Not only that, he's better than me. He's a better man. He's more responsible than me.
what do you mean you have a business and a podcast?
The business is very busy, or I haven't been able to get onto it. And on top of that, school is actually like taking up most of my time because I took 15 credit hours,
Ugh.
and that's
How
the
much?
problem.
How many more semesters you have?
Two more
Two
after
more.
this.
Okay.
After this.
So you got. Oh yeah, you took a gap year.
Yeah. And then it's gonna
Nice.
be so over. You're gonna be
It,
over.
I'm done after this. I'm out.
You should come with me to Japan.
I should do anything with you. I haven't in a while.
Yeah. I told you to
We have
come to
like
round one with me. You did it
I
during break.
had plans then. I'm not home very often. I do need to come visit more
That's true.
or at all. But
You know what you should do?
yeah.
You should come to my place and we should get drunk to Azumanga Daioh.
Yeah.
I've been
We
saying
need
this entire time.
motivation.
It's actually like watching Azumanga Daioh. Like the Azumanga Daioh is the most optimal and best anime to get drunk to, in my personal
Is that
opinion. Or you
is
can
that the
get
one you
high to
just
it.
watched? Is that Funny Girl?
Huh? No, no, no,
Or
no, no. Azumanga Daioh is different. It's like the funny
can you say it in English?
Azumanga Daioh. That's literally the anime. Azumanga
Oh,
Daioh.
that is what it's called.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's
Azumanga
that one.
Daioh. Yes,
Okay,
this
I
one.
do know what it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
this one. Yes.
Uh, yeah, you're right. Actually, I agree with you.
Have you watched it while drunk?
I haven't watched it. Period. I don't watch shows that often.
All right.
You
Well,
know
we're gonna.
this.
You know what we're gonna watch now?
Azumanga Daioh.
Yeah, we're watching Azumanga Daioh. Speaking of, it's been 4 minutes since we started rolling.
Yeah.
Episode. Welcome to Corner of the Party. Episode what? Episode are we
Are
on?
we in five, four, four,
Five?
five?
It's probably five. I think no, because Luke was four.
Luke was
Um,
four, so we're on five right now.
I think so. Yeah. We're probably on five. Yeah, you're right.
We'll
You're
call
right.
it
Yeah,
five. We'll fix it
yeah
in editing
we'll
if it's
fix
not,
it.
or in
Okay.
post.
Or yeah, in posts. And we're just gonna have badly edited, like, we're just gonna say six. If we figure it out afterwards, we're gonna say the like, six and edit it badly over us.
Yeah.
That's what we'll
Welcome to
do.
Corner of the Party episode 6. And today we're gonna.
It's just like no, we can just make AI generated voices. of
No.
us, and then do
What would that
that.
do? What would that do for us? We have our own voices to use.
True. Wait, we can make fake. Yeah, exactly. We can make fake podcasts to pad up
That's
our
not what I
time.
meant. Not what I meant.
With alternate personality, like fake personality. It's like those TikTokers, those TikTokers that like almost sound like AI and they talk about like the pea shooter. Remember that podcast?
Maybe
No, have you
I would
not
have,
seen it?
I have no idea. I
Hold
don't
on.
know.
Where is
I
it?
don't
Where
know
is
it off
it?
the top of my head if I have
All
seen it.
right. Pea shooter podcast. Okay, hold on. I gotta send this to you.
Yeah, let me see it.
Where's the All right, where is it? All right, we're sharing this to you. Just watch this for a little bit.
Yeah.
This one. Yeah, this one. Where he just talks about the pea shooter for the entire time. And then they just talk about random stuff like Bendy or Skibbity toy, like unironically
Yeah,
on the podcast. I'm like, this cannot be real. This feels like AI generated,
I
honestly.
do know these guys.
Do you listen to them? That's my concern. That's my major concern. Do you listen to them?
John Pork.
Yes, these guys. I don't feel like they're real. I feel like they're AI.
They, I don't know how I feel about those guys. I've seen a couple of their videos, not like full videos, but clips of their videos.
No, it's just all clips. It's just how they farm off, like especially on TikTok. That's how they farm off all their stuff.
Yeah, well, it works. So
Well, it just doesn't make sense. Like all the stuff, it's either it's like Zoomers. I don't know. It's like adult men acting like Zoomers. It could be worse because there's like one other ones where it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be skibbity like yacht rizzing up, and like there's like a bunch of YouTubers doing that kind of thing. Like I'm not even kidding you. There are unironically YouTubers that do that.
no, because that's the play. You take
Oh
whatever's
god.
modern and you copy
No,
and paste it.
unironically, they do it unironically, which is the
I
worst
know.
part.
It's awful.
God. Yeah, I can't handle that honestly. I could not imagine if I had to do that for a living. I think I would end it right there. Honestly,
I I could not. I don't have the energy or the desire to.
and especially when I have to look back at it. Like when I'm older, I'm gonna be like, okay, why did I fucking do this? This is like the most cringe thing I've
Yeah.
ever done.
Like I already look back on things I did that are cringy, but
And this
if
is
I'm
already worse.
if I'm doing this, then like yeah, it'll be
No, I
worse.
can't do that. All right. Anyways, back on topic. This is supposed to be the anime episode, right? Because I actually somehow I text
Did we
or I
not already
DM'd
do
you.
that 4 times? Huh?
No. I baited everyone so many times because it just turned into be me being or you just playing Street Fighter and then me trying to, of course, talk about me being a master for the last 3 episodes.
Yeah,
So now I actually feel motivated. Because what better time? Because Eurocamp season 3 is coming out.
I I suppose. I know
All
that
right.
now.
I remember. Well, I know you know of Eurocamp, but have you watched it? Is the thing.
Not
Because
all of
I.
it. No. I have
Okay.
watched it. I have not watched all of it.
All right. Well, do I have news for you? Because we are rewatching it in my server tonight for a bit.
Tonight, I am not free tonight.
Oh, what
I'm
is he
free.
doing?
I'm free until
He's
the end of
never
the show.
free.
I'm not
He has
free.
friends. My guy
I
has friends.
hardly.
Dang.
But
Then why
I
not
hardly.
me?
Because first first come first serve. That's what it is.
Damn. I see
Because
how it is.
people
I see
people
how it
wait
is.
to people wait to ask until like the day of to do things, and it's just whoever's the first on that day to ask. That's
But
why
I
you had.
send it to you in at least like a week. Most of the
Did you?
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
most
well,
of
you
the
didn't
time.
this time. You didn't
Well,
this
not
time.
this time. Yeah. Not this time. It just came out like because I was like, yeah. And not only
Are you
that.
watching? Sorry, go on.
No. Yeah. Go.
No, you were in the middle of talking.
No, because Monday or not Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah, it was
Uh,
Monday. I was like, yeah, because I said, oh yeah, we should do a pod this Monday. But then I found out there's a second showing of Bunny Girl Senpai movie, And I'm like, you know what? I want a Ryan Gosling again, but I need people to go in with me with suits. And the
Yes.
worst part is, I didn't realize it was dubbed.
Oof.
So I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. It's probably gonna ruin the experience. I mean, I'm not dissing on English voice actors because, like, personally, I think English voice actors are good, especially if it's done right or like the direction is right. You know, Street Fighter 6, like I've kept the English dub on for like the entire time. Like I
I
feel
don't
like
think you
there's
can
no need.
compare Street Fighter. It's different between between games where it's voice clips and shows where it's the entire show. I feel like
Yeah.
with clips, I don't want to I don't want to downplay it, but you get English voice actors who are very good at their job,
Hmm.
and they can record very hard hitting, very passionate uh, clips of like one sentence or whatever they say, or
Yeah, yeah.
a quip or whatever the character says in a game.
Hmm.
But it a lot of people are, I don't want to say bugged by it, but a lot of people would not prefer that for an entire show,
Yeah, the thing is with like
especially one that is naturally in a different language.
yeah, like the thing is like when you're saying cliche stuff in like English, it doesn't hit as hard like with like Japanese because there's like I don't know, it just feels different because like because Japanese is like a verbal language, and so you're going
Yeah.
to have cliche stuff naturally, so or cliche lines. So yes, that makes sense. But in English, like the delivery has to be like a little bit more different, and not only that, like not even accounting for like cultural like shifts and all that or tones, it's
Mhm.
also different like that. So that's why I think that's reason why it's like very unpopular for like most things to do. And I realize this and like yes, I'm guilty of this and I realize this, but I mean personally that's the reason why everyone prefers like no sub over dub, honestly, over
Yeah.
time.
I
So,
The last couple of shows I've watched have been in dubbed actually.
mhm.
Like I want to say the last three because the last three I watched, to my knowledge, is Sailor Moon, which was however long ago,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
while ago, Dragon Ball, and Dungeon Meshi, or Delicious and Dungeon, or whichever you call it.
Yeah.
Um, Delicious and Dungeon is probably better in Japanese, but I personally like hearing it in English. I haven't swapped to Japanese,
Yeah. I
but
mean, it depends
uh,
because like there's some good English dub anime, like or like
yeah,
at least decently good. Because like most of the shonen and stuff like that is pretty good, like especially Sailor Moon. Because Sailor Moon was like a pioneer, I feel like.
Sailor Moon does not have a good English dub. I'll come
Well,
out and say
it's
it is
charming.
it
It's
is
charming in a
awful.
way.
It's charming, yes. That's
So
why
that's
I
the reason
watched it in
why.
English because I'm so used to it to hearing it in English that I couldn't watch it any other way, and it was awful, but it was really charming to me, and I had to keep watching it in English, and I loved it.
That's the reason why I
Uh,
think most anime in like English are like that's supposed to be like kind of corny. I feel like it's actually somewhat pretty good as compared to like, some serious anime. I feel
mhm,
like um I don't know, if it doesn't feel like the delivery doesn't quite get there, especially when it's like, of course meant to be in Japanese and all that. Like the delivery
yeah.
for like dramatic or like serious stuff is supposed to be in that like native language in that case. So,
Well, you know the show Money Heist, right?
yeah, yeah.
La Casa de Papel.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's a Spanish show, and it is an incredibly good Spanish show
Mhm.
that has a lot of English and Spanish, uh, not followers, but like people who watch the show, people who love it,
Mhm.
fans. That's the word I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Uh, I watched it in Spanish, and then I tried watching it in English, and I couldn't do it. Like it wasn't. It was just so much better to me in Spanish because um, I don't really know why. That's the thing. It felt more natural to
Yeah.
hear it in Spanish. Whether it was because all of none of the mouths synced up in English,
Mhm.
or whether it was just like more powerful in Spanish, but it felt more, I don't know, it felt more entertaining. It felt better
Yeah.
to watch if being in Spanish.
No, I see what you kind of mean by that because like it depends, like from a case to case
It does. It
standpoint
depends. It
basis.
absolutely depends.
So yeah.
Um,
Um. Speaking
I don't know.
of,
Oh
oh
yeah,
yeah,
go.
no, what are you trying to say? Go ahead, go
I,
ahead, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, I was just gonna bounce off. It does depend. I think that a lot of shows that I watch that are old school and that
Yeah,
were kind of some people's first introduction to anime,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I think that I have to watch that in English. If I see a show or if I see an anime specifically that's dumb and just a goof around, like not even feel good, but just a goofy time waster show.
yeah, yeah,
Um, the best example I can think of is Pop Team Epic because you know I watched that.
yeah,
Um, that's got to be in Japanese. I can't watch that in English.
yeah. I
In
know it,
Japanese.
it does feel different because it doesn't hit, and also the lines are different, and
No,
also it's just
even like I would consider Eurocamp a very like I would consider it to what I just said a time waster show. Um,
yeah,
because it's not like you don't have to commit a million years to follow along a story.
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
don't have to watch from the beginning of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. You don't have
Hmm.
to watch like the growing up of Goku and how his story started.
Yeah.
Um, you don't have to watch like the beginning of One Piece before there was even a crew. You can just sit down, you can watch it. The episodes are feel good. They're happy.
Hmm.
They're very charming to watch. But it's not. But you watch it to feel good. You don't watch it to follow along. You can, but you don't have to.
All right. You want to know the funny thing about Eurocamp?
Yeah.
There is character arcs and there are character development arcs in the story itself in a slice
Oh
of
yeah.
life anime, which is really funny to think about. It's really
Yeah.
funny, but it's just like it's like the shift in characters and all that, and like it sounds really weird to say for like coming from me who's like, oh yeah, I only watch slice of life. There is character arcs and there are like character progression in that
Mhm.
kind of case because like
That's
it talks about like how like of course of course the introvert starts to like get out and like start to like explore all the different stuff, and it's like it seems so subtle, but it just like people are saying like people joke about it on Twitter all the time, and I'm like, yes, this is like actually a thing, which is somehow like you can just say unironically, yes, there is character development and there's character arcs
mhm.
in that kind of sense.
The more I sit back and think about it, the more I don't actually know if I agree with what I just said. Um,
What
oh
with
wait, no,
the dub?
no, I do. I do kind of stand by it. Just because like I'm going back in my mind and I'm looking at shows that I did watch
No, yeah, yeah. No, it's hard
in
to
English or
dig back.
Japanese, and I'm like,
It's hard to dig back to like all the different stuff because it's like it's been a while since
yeah,
I've been working on anime and all that. The only reason
I
why
don't
I
know.
bring
It
this
just comes
up,
down. It comes down to, I guess, just how I'm feeling. Do I feel like
yeah,
watching
yeah,
something in Japanese or in English?
yeah. The only reason why I brought up this topic is because not only one, because of me watching Bunny Girl Senpai all of a sudden, but
Mhm.
two, I think this marks the because Eurocamp came out 6 years ago, right? Yeah, 6 years
Was
ago.
it 6 years ago?
This is a 6 year, yes, this is a 6 year anniversary mark. Well, not anniversary, but it's been the 6 year mark that Eurocamp pretty much.
Jeez, 2019. Yeah.
Yes. So for those of you who don't know, yes, this is a show that actually kind of defined me on Twitter. Unironically,
Find
it
you in
actually
real
kind of
life.
well, this in Ultimate kind of defined me on Twitter until of course I
Yes.
fell off. And you know this for a fact because we've hung out together for a while.
Smash fell off.
You know the Nadeshko hoodie, right?
Yeah, I got that for you. Yeah, of course I do.
Yes, you want to know something funny that Joe brought up to me previously? He
Yeah.
told me the only reason that we're friends right now is because of that Nadeshko hoodie, which is
That's
crazy for me to think about it. Like the only reason why we watch Bunny Girl Senpai this Sunday, he brought
mhm.
it up to me and he said, "Oh yeah, it's because of the Nadeshko hoodie and the Twitter algorithm worked in weird ways." And I'm
That's
like,
awesome,
"That's
actually.
actually crazy." Like to think about that, like just him randomly finding me on the internet to us drinking in my apartment, watching Azumanga Daioh is just a crazy
Yeah.
like story for
As
me to think
friends.
about.
That's awesome. It's
So I
actually
mean,
really cool. Glad to hear that.
well, to be fair, like everything else is like the reason why, like of course, like we have our server and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
then
yeah. But like that was the Kickstarter. Was
That was definitely the Kickstarter. I was gonna say, yeah, because we weren't able to form a community. I was able to get everything like my server and all that because of that
Mhm.
fact.
Yeah,
If I wasn't on Twitter without Eurocamp, I would be a nobody to think if I were to think about that right now,
that's can't be
which is
true.
crazy.
You'd have been
Well,
somebody different
I would have
at
been
least.
somebody I would have been definitely somebody different. But I wouldn't be like by any means a leader like in that kind of case. Like I wouldn't be like someone who was like on Twitter who like had like a fake who was a figure on Twitter. Now,
Hmm.
look, I know that people say like, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you're a niche internet celebrity."
niche micro
But
celebrity.
like
Yeah,
the fact that like, I have like, like a lot of people and like a lot of friends, it's probably because of
yeah,
that, I will say, which is just crazy to think about.
it really is, honestly.
And it actually got me into slice of life a little bit more. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, Kaon did a little bit, but Kaon is To be fair, like I think Eurocamp also influenced Bochi too, in a
Kaon
way.
watched the coach he could run.
Yes, I know it's crazy to think about. But anyways, what anime have you been watching so far? Or what was your way that like, anime probably impacted you the most, I would say. I was gonna
Um,
I know
Considering
it's a deep
probably
thought.
it probably didn't earn me that many friends in high school. I could promise you
Well,
that.
I know that. I know well, I mean it's just me and
Um,
you and then the other two, yeah. Other two friends.
uh, I don't know. I can't say that it impacted me as much as it did you, other than like I started taking note because I was never like critically invested in shows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I watched them, I
Casually.
liked them. I would casually make the main character uh my personality for a little bit, but it was casual. Like it was never like
Yeah.
critical.
No, definitely.
But I did start noticing that a lot a lot more people than I thought around me were anti-anime, I guess I could say.
That's
Where like
crazy.
they not only did they not watch it, which is fine, but they refused to watch it at risk of being somebody who watches anime, and
Yeah.
that was
It
their reasoning.
it's
Which is
it
a very
sucks.
personally a dumb reason, but to each their own, I suppose. You can't force somebody to.
No, I get that it sucks, but I mean, like, of course, it's their own like kind of preference, honestly. But I mean, of
Yeah.
course, it was me and you for a while. I think the reason, or I think the thing that impacted me the most is because like I actually like was able to gain a following and also get a few friends from it.
Hmm.
So that's like probably like one of my significant reasons.
You
I
know,
think we were able to find each
actually,
other because of that a little bit more.
I do have another way that it impacted me. Not so
Yeah,
much
yeah.
friends, but in my hobbies, because I I found that I'm very interested in a couple of things, and some things that
Yeah, yeah.
some shows that I watch highlight. One of the biggest things was, and still kind of is, not as much, but still kind of is cooking. Where I was huge on cooking,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I probably could have watched uh like Food Wars, but because that's the classic like
Yeah, yeah.
cooking show people watch.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was more of me looking at smaller stuff like some manga that I haven't even heard of until I looked
Mm-hmm.
up like cooking manga, or even like making drinks shows manga like that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
where it was like what I was saying earlier about like, oh, casually making the main character or whatever the show is about my personality for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I would kind of take something that I already found interesting and learn more about it through that piece of media. Um, I guess a good example right now is Delicious in Dungeon. Like I mentioned,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm very big on cooking, and cooking um, as a theme for a show is probably one of my favorite ones.
Mm-hmm.
To where I'm watching Delicious in Dungeon and I'm looking at, and I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't worry. But uh,
I mean
they
to look
they're
into it
showing
maybe.
how they're showing how like these monsters can be cooked and eaten, and that is something that I find interesting. Like these monsters that don't exist in real life. For example, a little mushroom monster, I think was the first one.
Hmm.
Uh, this like 3 foot tall mushroom with legs walking around. That's one of the monsters in the dungeon. Uh, and it gives incredibly detailed specifics of like, oh, yeah, so the best way to prepare this mushroom would be to cut it in a certain way. You have to cut it vertically because horizontal cuts, diagonal cuts don't cut as cleanly. They don't cut
Hmm.
as thoroughly. And then when you cut up the mushroom in this way, then you would prepare it like this and this. You would add this to it, and it would make it taste however it was. But it was very detailed instructions about something that was made up by the author.
I was gonna say this sounds like literally a fantasy halal like preparation or something like that. The way you describe it, it's like, oh yeah, this is how you prepare things in a halal fashion in a fantasy world, which is
It is
crazy to think.
genuinely like a visual cookbook, I guess is the best way of saying it.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
love
yeah.
those. You know how much I love cookbooks. You know how much I love like
I've seen your well, I haven't seen your
recipe books.
collection, but I know how big your collection is now and how it's growing.
I can go take a picture of my collection if you want.
All right, let's see it
Uh,
afterwards.
yeah, I mean, I can show you now.
All right,
But
sure, why
if you
not?
had if you had something to say, you can keep talking. I gotta physically get up and go take a
All
picture.
right. Anyways, yeah, like one of the only reasons why I feel like I've been, of course, big on Twitter is because of Eurocamp. I think a few other anime as well can be credited. Um, but the only reason why I was able to, of course, it sounds like a weird journey because the only reason I was able to get a VTuber model and also like make a little bit of connections and also do like some other stuff and also make so many shit posts that popped off is because of Eurocamp. And so I actually like I have to credit this and I've been rewatching it like actually like going back and also reading it too cuz like oh my god like it's actually really good. Like it's just a good anime to chill out to. I feel
Yeah,
like it's been
it's relaxing. It's nice to watch. It's
so.
pleasant. I'm sending the picture right now, by the way.
All right, let's see this. Let's see the
So
damn. All right, yeah, he
every
actually
book
does.
there, with the exception of 3, every book there is mine, and it is a mix of
The
recipe
exception
posts.
of three. All right,
Yeah,
let's see.
the Overwatch one's not mine, the Fallout one's not mine, and then the Bartender's Guide, which is second from the right, is not mine.
The bartender's guide. What the? All right, now I'm
Like,
curious.
what are you curious about?
I kind of want to make a drink right now. I've had so like I want to find out how to make something with soju, a cocktail with soju right now.
Soju is one of the alcohols that I have not touched at all. Like I've
Really?
tasted it, but I haven't worked
No,
with it.
yeah, yeah. Like I've tasted like I yes, I have soju too, but I mean, I'm surprised you haven't made a cocktail with soju. And I know
There's not
I'm not
there's not
sure
a
that
whole lot
there's
of
yeah.
liquor stores near me right now. Not easy to access anyway.
It's weird because you have to go to an Asian mart. Like I went to H Mart, so I mean that's
Yeah.
like one of the only places you can go to
I
grab it.
I did have a bottle that me and my friend got at Binny's one day. So Binny's
Yeah, you
also,
can get it at yeah. That's what I was also gonna say. You can also get it at
but
Benny's too.
it's not as prominent in Binny's, I would say, because there was only
No,
one
definitely. Yeah,
producer.
yeah.
What I know soju apple juice is pretty common, but I don't know how.
Really?
Like
Okay.
if you like taking, I think just the normal soju, mixing it with apple juice
Really? Okay. Now I'm gonna have to try that eventually.
to make like an apple teeny style. But
Hmm.
what are you hoping to make with it? What tastes are you trying to get out of it?
Good question. I don't know. I don't know how to make cocktails or anything like that. I don't really know
Well, no,
much about
that's what I'm asking you,
cocktails.
so I can tell you what to make. Do you want something savory? You want something sweet, tart,
Probably.
sour, creamy?
Mm, I like sour. Like I like sour or something like just like strong or something like that most of the time. Something bold. Like
Okay.
usually most of the time. Other than that, like if it depends. Like I don't really want anything like sweet or something like that. I feel like something savory or like sour or like that has strong taste. I think something
You
like
want
that.
something tart? Would that be a better way to explain
I
it? Like
guess. Yeah, 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 yeah. Something
something to
like
make you
that.
pucker without making it sweet?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What kind of alcohol is it? Is it
Well, sometimes I'll take it sweet. Like if you can also combine a little bit of sweetness, but I mean, other than that,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe something like a Clover Club. Because that has more of a because the Clover Club is gin, raspberry syrup, simple syrup. And that's a very I want to say it's a dull sweetness, but it has a raspberry twinge that kind of is more noticeable than any sweetness, so it's not overpowering.
bro actually sounds like
Um,
a bartender.
I that's plan hopefully. What soju, Gatorade, and
What
hops?
the? Oh
Sorry,
no!
20% soju, 40% Gatorade, and 40% Red Bull. Uh,
I
I'm not
think
gonna.
I don't think I want to have heart conditions. That's the
No.
thing. I don't think I
Uh,
want to have heart conditions.
sorry, I'm looking at this list of soju cocktails. A watermelon, some watermelon might not be bad. Grape might not be bad either. Like grape, like the gummy flavor of grape.
That's a little weird to me. Like,
It's, I mean, the flavor of a grape gummy.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 never mind.
Um, you could probably just substitute soju. From what I remember, it's not as junipery as gin is. It's kind of like a vodka, but a little softer. Am I
Hmm.
mistaken?
Maybe I'll probably try something like that.
Well, no, I mean, like, what does it taste like?
Which
What
one?
is soju? Soju.
Oh, soju.
Yeah.
Soju. It
I,
tastes just like like. Mm, you want me to go try it really quickly? Take a swig off it, or just smell it? Hold on.
uh, I mean, either or, because like gin is very natural, very piney sometimes, very junipery. Vodka
It.
tastes just like hand sanitizer is how some people describe it.
I feel like yeah, it's just mostly like alcohol smell and like because this one's just like not flavored soju. This is like kind of like
Right,
alcohol, just
right.
normal alcohol smell, and then tastes like I think it tastes a little bit more bitter than vodka. I
You
feel
think it
like
tastes more bitter than vodka?
well, just
Interesting.
like a tad bit more bitter. I was gonna
Mhm.
say yeah, like a tad bit more bitter, and then well, it's not like it feels like kind of tangy a little bit. I think I would say I don't know how to describe it. It's weird the way you
You could
describe.
maybe, you could maybe something for you would maybe be like a Mai Tai, is what I'm thinking. Where a Mai Tai
Maybe,
is
maybe.
a Mai Tai is
No, I know what a
different
mai tai tastes
juices
like,
and
but I
from.
mean,
Yeah,
maybe I'm gonna have to try.
maybe.
I don't.
I would have to. I need to experiment with it. That's what I want to do.
Thing is, you know more about alcohol. You know about drink mixing. I just drink
Yes.
straight alcohol most of the time.
A, gr-
That
a soju green tea would be pretty nice.
huh? That sounds
Or a
like a
soju
weird.
tea.
That sounds like a weird but interesting. I have like a whole Arnold Palmer, and then I have yeah, I have a whole Arnold Palmer right next to me. So I mean,
Awesome.
maybe I don't know if that would go well with that. So I mean,
Um, I can't imagine it doesn't. Because in
what do you
all
think Arnold Palmer goes good with if you were
Arnold
to?
Palmer would go good with a gin or a vodka. Because you can treat
Okay,
it
maybe
like
Tito's. Maybe my Tito's bottle would probably go well with that.
because you can treat the lemon because it's gonna go good with vodka either way. Just
Okay.
depending on how much vodka you put in, obviously.
Well, in that
But with
case,
the gin, the lemon would help. The lemoniness of it would help.
yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Well, it's settled. Then
Maybe
I'll probably use my because I still have a bottle of Tito's left, and I might as well drink a little bit more of it. Honestly.
you could you could probably make a whiskey Arnold Palmer as well,
Huh?
like
Never
some
thought
sort
of
of
that.
whiskey
I don't have
whiskey
whiskey
equipment
though.
would
I
be
don't have
nice.
whiskey on me. All I have is
So,
soju, vodka, Tito's specifically, and I have a bottle of that same sake. The I think
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
Jinrai sake. Yeah, I think it's Junmai sake. Yeah,
I also have
Junmai
yet to
sake.
try sake. I have not had it before.
This bottle was pretty good. Like I bought it from California, like two
What
months ago.
what'd you call it?
Uh, what was that?
What brand?
Good question. It says here Yuki no Bosha. So I don't know because I got this from like a grocery store over there. It's from Air One, like the fancy California grocery store over there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I've never, I don't know. I just saw this
Is it
was
is it the green bottle or is it the black bottle?
it's a green bottle.
Okay, good because I'm looking at the black bottle and it's upwards of $80.
No, no, no. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't have that money. It was $30 when I got this one, though.
Okay. Yeah, that looks about right.
It was pretty good, honestly. Like I actually liked it. Yeah,
Would
I
you
have a
like to
little bit
know
more left,
a
but
fun fact? Um, a fun fact about whiskey. I mean,
mhm.
so there are two different ways to spell whiskey. Wisky. Sorry, Whiskey.
Mhm.
Um, and then Whisky.
Huh.
I
That's
mean,
a weird one.
I have to visualize it.
No, well, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I remember. Yeah, I think I've seen this one before. Yeah.
The difference between the two is that in the only difference between the two, sorry, is where the
Mhm.
whiskey was brewed and where it was created. So
Mhm.
if you look at Irish whiskeys, if you look at United States whiskeys, they're going to be
Mhm.
spelled with an E. If you look at, I think it's Canadian, I think it's Japanese, or
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know it's Japanese, I know it's Canadian. I think Scotland's up there as well.
Mhm.
Whiskeys made in those places are spelled with no E.
Okay. Okay. That's a differently. That's like an interesting locale kind of thing.
Yeah,
Huh.
I have a lot of I have a lot of random alcohol facts stored up that I like sharing because I think they're cool.
Damn. He's more of an average alcoholic than I am.
Not an alcoholic. I like the concept of making
He
drinks.
likes the concept of making drinks, but like
Not
I'm the
necessarily.
alcoholic. He's the drink maker. I just drink whatever's on the table.
I'm the guy who you say, "Hey, make me a drink. I want this in my drink," and I go, "Okay," and then I'll make two of them, one for me and one for you,
You should
and then
be
we
my
both get
roommate.
drunk.
Once I move out of here, you should be my roommate bartender.
I should be the bartender you hire. That's what I should be. I'll come over like for like parties or get-togethers, and I'll just sit behind the bar.
No, you should be my roommate bartender. That's what you should be.
I I really should be. That'd be nice.
He's actually gonna make me drinks every single night, and I'm gonna come back from a long day at work. I'd be like, make me a drink, Enzo.
instead of instead of like, oh, is dinner ready? It's gonna be,
Is
oh, it's
dinner ready?
um one last thing about me. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think I told you, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
actually, you know how I like Dungeons and Dragons, right?
yeah, 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 of course.
Uh, well, I have. If you look at that picture that I sent you, you'll
Yeah.
notice the Dungeon Meister on two different books. The smaller book is a Dungeons and Dragons cocktail book, recipe
Mm-hmm.
book. I got inspired from that and the seven other cocktail books that I have probably down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've started writing my own, or I've started creating my own cocktails, Dungeons and Dragons themed.
Huh.
Just because I was bored one day, and I trying to figure out like, oh, what could I do that could be something I could go back and add on to if I think of it, or something that I can create that also helps me with like making drinks that I could try out and see how they are.
That is really funny because there's also like kind of like the same kind of thing. You know what you should do? You should go back on Twitter and start doing like kind of like a drink posting thing where it's like you start posting like your cocktails and all that, your cocktail ideas. Because there's one
Mhm.
person on Twitter, I forgot who they are, but they start posting like anime or like just kind of like um I don't know, like kind of slice of life or inspired like drinks and all that.
Mhm.
And it's kind of weird because it's like kind of an interesting and weird kind of way to like
It's
show
that's
that
like
kind of thing.
exactly what my that hits a part of my brain that I love. I love when people make like inspired recipes or inspired cocktails
Yeah, yeah.
that are based on something.
Hmm. I think you should do
Um,
that. I feel like you would
I
be the type of person to probably do that.
I really probably would be if I'm being honest.
The thing is,
I
you're
mean,
not chronically on Twitter.
that is true. I try not to be.
Good for your
But I'm
sanity.
sharing my screen here.
Yeah, I
Uh,
see it.
I have two. So this is per race, right? There's
Hmm.
9 races that I picked from.
Hmm.
Um, and I have 3 drinks per race, right? I have a cocktail, I have a shot, and I have a non-alcoholic option, which
Hmm.
is down a bit. But these are all just like, oh, what can I make that is based on a dwarf or a dragonborn or a tiefling?
You know what you
Um,
should do? You should make this public, and I can just post this on the podcast, and you can just like share your ideas. I
no,
guess you could do that.
I'm not gonna do that till I finish the whole thing, which is gonna take some time because like I could maybe share like bits and pieces, but until I complete everything, which
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
four I have 14 classes to do because I wanted to do the races and classes.
Hmm.
Um, so if you do the math, 14 times 3, because I'm including Artificer and Blood Hunter,
Oh,
is
you're doing every single class. Oh my. So you have to think about
uh
every single thing.
42. I have 42 more drinks to make in this book
God.
for a total of
Oh, that's a lot.
uh what did I say 42? Oh, 69 drinks. Awesome.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, but if you look in like you look in those recipe books, most of them have more than like 30 cocktails. Um, Dungeon Meister I know has over 30. I have
You can probably publish this if anything.
I I'm actually kind of hoping to publish it if I'm being honest.
I don't have I would probably try to publish it for you, but I like the thing is I have no publisher and I also would like to
Yeah,
help you in a way with my
you kind of need a
clout.
publisher. You kind of need a publisher to publish things.
You got
Um,
that people die when they are killed.
yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's a medium term goal, I would say. Uh,
Hmm.
but if I can get this done and get it fine tuned,
Yeah.
and I could pull like writing a book out of
Hmm.
nowhere and put that on my resume.
No, I feel like no, I feel like it's also a good side income kind of thing too, because at least you'll get some money off of it.
Uh,
At
yeah,
least.
and I'm not. It's not like I'm doing it for the money or anything, but it would be nice if I
Well,
sold.
yeah, obviously in doing it like yeah, of course you're not gonna probably make too much money, but I guess it'll be something that you can just put in for a side income, and as you said, like a good resume
Yeah,
thing. I guess
yeah.
would be kind of fun, honestly.
It's a way that I can. It's a goal regarding a hobby, and I feel like that's an important part of having a hobby is to have goals with that hobby, because
Definitely,
otherwise your hobby kind of dissipates into nothing. Um,
exactly.
you can't hone your skills if you don't feel like you're honing it for any reason.
No, that's definitely true. Honestly, can't
Whether
say that the same for
even
me.
if that goal is getting better at like a game or something,
Yeah.
that's my advice.
I was gonna say, like, I don't know if I have any hobby. I haven't like I cook, but
Hmm.
it's like it's hard to think of new recipes. Like the last time I've made an actually notable good dish was this one that I'm gonna post in.
Hmm.
Like this one is just bulgogi mixed in with like just onions and sauce and stuff like that. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see where it is. Oh yeah, this one. Like this is like pretty much the closest thing to like a unique dish that I've made so far.
Looks good.
It's pretty
I
good,
will, I
but
will say that.
I feel like I can do better, honestly, from
Well,
cooking. Like
if
the last time I cooked something really good was, of course, um, this one, which I'm very proud about.
mhm,
But I mean,
that that looks good. That I can
I
believe.
need to, I need to think of more recipes, honestly. That's the other
The
thing.
most of my recipes I create. I don't sorry, I don't create. I follow recipes. I find recipes and I cook with them. Whatever that recipe is.
Mm,
Um the last recipe that the last original recipe that I found um didn't didn't uh didn't make it myself.
mm,
But I found it and said, "Oh, this might be pretty good. Let me try making it for the first time."
mm.
Were pierogies. And generally when I
Oh,
generally when I make a recipe for the first time, it comes out like underwhelming and kind of like, oh, I could have done this way better. I could have done whatever.
no,
These
you're making me
pierogies came out
hungry.
delicious.
You're making
Like
me
I
hungry now.
nailed them. I know they were so good. I wish I didn't
I
eat them all
just
at
ate
once.
dinner, dude. I'm hungry again.
I have leftover pizza I can eat. That's not what I'm eating.
All right, what kind of pizza is it? Tell me.
Margarita pizza.
No, 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 no. What kind of pizza is it? Or is it just
I could I could
like
not
name?
have given you any more straight of an answer.
No, no, no.
what what
Where was it
brand?
from? Where was it
Yeah.
from? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a place near my school called there's a place near my school that sells pizza.
Okay, okay.
It was just a place there.
Look, Domino's or Papa's? Big question.
Papa's. Oh, Papa John's.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough question. I consider them both equal.
Huh. Yeah. I guess.
I feel like if I'm looking for something more greasy, I'll go for Papa John's. But Papa John's also nailed their desserts. They nailed
Yeah. No.
everything.
That's true.
They
That's
nailed
true.
everything that isn't pizza related. They nailed the desserts. They nailed like the garlic butter. They nailed like all the accents. But the pizza is just kind of, it's pizza.
Yeah. It's pizza, to be honest. Unless you're Pizza Hut.
Domino's. My middle school every Wednesday would order Domino's pizza, and that's what I would eat for lunch every Wednesday was Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
Um, so it's not like I'm not used to Domino's, but I feel like I could probably eat more Pizza Hut pizza than Domino's
All
pizza.
right. Do you think Little Caesars is trash though?
No,
Okay.
I think
Because
I
a
think
lot,
Little Caesars
I
is
think it's
okay.
all right. I don't know
I
what's
think
up
it's
with
fine.
people saying it's mid. I don't understand it.
Well, I would maybe agree with them if they said it was mid, but if they're saying like, "Oh, it's the worst pizza of all time. I can't stand it. It's
I don't
awful."
get it. I
No,
honestly don't get it
it's
either.
average. It's pizza.
It's all
Like
right. Like it's something
it's
that's
hot
at
and
least
ready pizza.
edible.
It's hot, it's
It's
ready, it's
edible.
$5. Quit your crying.
That's what I'm saying, honestly. It's edible. Like I'm on the
Yeah.
spectrum where it's like, you know what? A pizza is a pizza.
Yeah.
Don't really care about it at this point.
Yeah. The thing is there's not really a bad pizza. Unless my cafeteria pizza
No,
counts.
unless no,
There's
I
not a
think
bad pizza. There's okay pizza and then there's delicious pizza. But there's not really a bad pizza.
all right, where would you put Costco pizza in the spectrum?
The closest Costco to me is like 35 minutes
Well, I
away.
know that. Like I know
I
that
have
you're
not
far away from
had
Costco.
I have not had Costco pizza.
You
No,
haven't
I've
had
had it.
Costco
Hold
pizza?
on. I have once because some of my friends went there in high school and I followed them there.
You've
Um,
never had Costco pizza ever, like
I
any
have.
other
I
time.
No, I have not. Just the one time, and it was pretty good. I had a four.
I'm actually
I had a
I'm actually
3 from
surprised.
Costco.
I'm very surprised you haven't had
Well, when people are
like
like, "Oh,
Costco pizza.
let's go out to eat. Where do you want to go?" My first thought isn't Costco. And my second thought isn't
You don't get the
Costco.
chicken bake?
I don't have a Costco membership. Why would I go to Costco?
I guess.
I don't live close enough to a Costco to have a membership. Why would I go to
All right,
Costco?
do you have a Sam's Club? Do you go to Sam's Club instead?
No, because the nearest Sam's Club to me is 50 minutes away, so I definitely am not
Oh
going to
my
Sam's Club.
gosh. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Geographically you don't live near a Costco or Sam's Club.
You know what's near me is the cornfields. If I want corn, I can go 2 minutes down the road and pick some.
All right.
So,
Well,
not even.
you're gonna move in with me eventually. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff.
Not
I
if
don't
you're
know
going to
where I'm gonna move.
California. I'm not moving
I'm
in
not
with
going to California. Well, I don't know if I'm going to California.
you. Ugh.
That's the
I
thing.
would I would never go to California.
I know you
Or
wouldn't want to go to California.
I hate California.
Crazy. I know you don't like California, so I mean,
Yeah.
I I like California. You don't like California.
You can like it
But
all. If you go to California, I'll come visit you. But I'm not going to live there.
you're
That's
not
for sure.
living there. It's horrible
Yeah,
living over
no.
there. Oh my god, the prices over there. It's a nice place. Don't get me wrong, But
Some of it's nice, yeah.
to be honest, I'd rather suffer to get live over there. I'd rather suffer a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of other places where you don't have to settle for suffering.
I guess. I guess that's a fair point. It could be worse. I could be living in the Philippines right now.
That is true. It could be worse. You could be a Filipino.
Wow, it's not like I already I'm not I'm already one. That's crazy. Yeah, in that case, I don't know where else to speaking of, I have brown skin.
There's
You already
no,
know
yeah,
that. I have
there's
brown
nowhere else to go.
skin. Where else can I go? It's either California or probably the Midwest maybe or death.
You can go to Indiana. It'll probably probably be fine over there.
I think the other next thing is probably going to Canada, but I don't want to die from the cold again.
Ugh. Dude, I'm sick of it being just barely too cold to go walk around places.
I mean, at least it's like 60 today. That's the
I
other
don't know.
thing.
Oh, well, actually, I do know where you are. That's 60. It was 45 here today with wind.
That's crazy. It's 60 for
Uh,
us, so
I walked to that pizza place and it wasn't like awful. Like I could still walk it just fine. But like it
yeah.
was I had to bundle up, which is weird because I was outside in the
No, that's
in the
true.
60-degree heat yesterday. Or 55, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's funny to think that weird spring weather just is like still like in low 40s and you still have to wear a whole jacket out.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, this is
I'm
what we get for
so
being Chicagolanders.
yeah, no kidding.
I hate it here. I want to get out of here. I don't want to live here, man.
Get me out of here. I want to
I don't want
go
to.
somewhere else.
Where do you want to live, ideally?
I don't know. I I haven't I've been asked that question so many times. I don't know where I want to live. I just know where I don't want to live.
Would you want to be a Florida man?
No. Absolutely not.
Okay, fair enough, and I respect you for that. Um, do you want somewhere warm?
Doesn't really matter to me.
Okay, he doesn't.
I don't want Florida, I don't want California, I don't really want Washington.
Do you want to
Um
be like on east side, ideally, or east coast, kind of around
like
upstate
eh,
or around there?
probably not New York. At least not central New York. New
What
York,
about
New York.
upstate? Yeah, yeah. What part of upstate would you probably live in?
Don't know that much about New York if I'm being honest.
Huh?
Um
I personally, I was gonna say, you know what? Yeah, I was gonna say I would be a Canada man. I would probably
you'd
be
be
Canada man.
yeah, well, adios then.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Pack your
die in the cold
bags.
even more.
Hmm.
I'm gonna suffer in the cold.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like seafood enough to be on the East Coast, like Maine or like the like Maine, Connecticut, Florida. I don't like seafood enough to be
Yeah,
too
yeah,
just over
around
there.
that side. All right, hear me out though. Would you be a gaijin
What
and move to
does that mean?
Japan? Would you be a gaijin and move to Japan?
Probably not, considering I don't know Japanese and I don't plan to.
I mean, there's some people that like don't know Japanese still, and they still live there. Like, of course, PewDiePie, but that's
Oh yeah,
PewDiePie.
that is
That's
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
He can afford to do that. I can't afford to
He
do
can
that.
afford to do that. That's for sure. We can't. We're poor students, or we're poor. Of course, almost gonna be fresh out of college
Hmm.
students. Crazy
I
to
mean,
think
I didn't
about.
necessarily mean money, but yeah, you
Crazy to
can
think
afford
about.
to do it as well. Hmm.
It's been
No
6
kidding.
years. It's been 6 or 8 years. Like in, I'm talking about Eurocamp all of a sudden because Eurocamp came out
Yeah,
sophomore year, right?
it came out 2018.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's been so long ago. It's hard to think about that time. Like literally, that time passed by.
I know it's sad. It
I
really
know.
is.
All right. Well, now we can drink to our feelings. Speaking of drinking, um, I told you this earlier. Yeah. So the reason why we didn't have the podcast, Joe was at my place. He wanted to watch the Bunny Girl Senpai movie. By the way, I know you said you didn't know or you didn't watch it, but you do understand the premise of like the anime, right? Or do you
Hmm.
want me to explain it to you?
Give me a rundown.
So
What's good?
basically, um, Okay, I was gonna say Monogatari, but it's also the same thing. But it's literally the whole thing is kind of like like science fiction slice of life kind of thing where like they try to solve like mysteries like science fiction mysteries and all that or
Yeah.
supernatural events, and
Mhm.
each single person like interferes like or like is trying to or is like having an issue. So like there's this one like the protagonist basically went through one of his major things before, and since he got helped by someone else, he decides to be a nice guy and help everyone else out with their struggles as well.
Yeah.
And that way he actually gets a girlfriend out of it, even though he's the worst MC. He's like actually cringe.
Yeah.
But somehow he picked him, like, of course he got a girlfriend off of that. And oh my god, like, and when we went to go to see the movie, it's basically the same premise and all that, except like, there's a few stuff that happens in like, the anime that like, continues on from like, the story's premise and all that, because it's
Mhm.
based off like, a light novel. Um, there's one scene in particular. You've seen Runner, right? Have you seen Blade Runner
Which one?
2049? Or I'm sorry,
Is that
2099,
is that
or
the
is it
newest?
Blade Runner? Hold on, Blade. The one with Ryan Gosling.
No, I've seen the older one, but I have not seen the
But
newer
yeah,
one.
you've seen the gifs from it, right? The 2049.
Yes. The
You've
gifts,
seen the
yeah.
gif. Yeah. You understand the context of those gifs, right? Where he's like
Yeah.
where like everyone's like he's literally me, or is like, "Oh yeah, he's like
Yeah.
depressed because
Yeah.
he's literally
You look
single."
lonely.
He's literally, yes, he's literally single.
Yeah.
All right. That was me on when I was by myself in in the theater um on Sunday when I was watching it myself. There's a
Mhm.
particular moment in like, the movie, like the second movie, because it was a double feature. There's a second movie that they just recently adapted. There's a
Right.
particular moment in the second movie where I was like, I became self-conscious about it, and then I became like literally Ryan Gosling. I was like,
Yeah.
he's literally me, or like, and then it just made me like, it kind of made me depressed because you know how I'm just like, of course, very like, just very stagnant and introverted from
Yeah.
everyone else. It made me
Yeah.
self-conscious, and I'm like, oh my god, wait, my like nobody's gonna know, or everyone's gonna, I'm gonna be the only one left out, or like I'm just gonna be completely lonely, like Ryan Gosling. So it made
Yeah.
me really. It
Funny
was crazy
Ryan
because
Gosling.
I watched that movie too. So I mean, it's Blade Runner 2049. I'm like, he's literally
Yeah.
me, the entire
Yeah.
movie. So, and there's a particular one. You know the GIF where
No, I
it's like, hold on, or not the GIF. Hold on, where is the thing?
was it from Blade Runner again, or is it a different one from?
Um,
Is it from Drive?
there's a. Hold on, where's the freaking? Hold on. I gotta find the video for this. 'Cause it's
I'm
actually kind
waiting.
of crazy.
I'll
All
keep
right,
the audience
all
company.
right.
Never mind, I won't. I don't know what to say.
I'm, I'm shy.
All right. Wait, where is it?
He's
medium
looking
and turn
for.
it
This was me, where I was just like, unironically, unironically, I'm like, wait, Ryan got. It was both me. I was literally just sitting there. Yes, it was literally me. You know the context of like the Danny DeVito one?
Yeah.
It was
Is that
literally
actually,
that scene. It was
is that actually
literally
what you were gonna
that
look up?
scene. Well, not
Is that
that, but
actually what
this
you were gonna look up?
also. This
Yeah.
also. And I'm like, I'm just here sitting there,
Oh,
just in the theater, like Riot, like look lonely.
yeah.
Our
That,
Ryan Gosling. No, this scene literally happened in the movie, and I was literally like this. This was literally me. The entire like for the rest of the movie, I was just like, this. I will never like. I will never be him.
This is it.
Yeah, it's. I'm so cooked, which is
I'm done.
crazy.
I'm done for.
You need to watch the movie with me. You're gonna feel like Ryan Gosling like me, and we're gonna drink to this, and then afterwards we'll promptly drink to Azumangadayo
Yeah.
afterwards.
A much nicer feel good show.
Not only that, after watching that scene, I cried, and I also was looking down like Ryan Gosling afterwards,
Mhm. Like
just
funny
like
Ryan
that,
Gosling.
which is crazy. The other part about that,
Jeez.
I mean, other people in the movie theater were crying, but
Yeah. Like full tears.
yeah. And you know me, I don't cry at things. You
You
know
had your
me.
hat tilted down. You're walking out in silence, stern faced.
No, you know me. I'm like usually like, oh, this is a pretty good movie. I actually like it, and it was like I don't usually cry at it. I'm like, okay, this actually did get me close to crying, like a pinch. Nah, this one actually made me kind of like it actually did make me cry. It made me crack, and I became self conscious
This movie was about me.
afterwards. No, it was not about me. It was about me being lonely as hell. Oh my
A
god.
terrible day for rain.
I know. You're gonna live together and we're gonna watch it together like this.
Ugh. Meanwhile, similarly but different, I went to go visit with Brian.
Yeah.
He lives in Nashville right now.
No,
Uh,
I know he does, yeah.
yeah, so over spring
How's he been
break I went to
doing?
go visit him. He's been doing great. Well, maybe not great, but he's been doing good.
Hmm.
Um, got his own place. He lives with his girlfriend. They are moving back in. They're planning on moving soon, so that's good for them.
To where?
Uh, Closer to his girlfriend's parents, just because their landlord's
Okay,
raising the
okay.
rent without
Okay.
changing much. So,
Hmm.
um, but me and him, while I was over there, we we had a list of like 7 movies to watch and drink to while I was over there. Um,
Yeah.
and we did get through them. Well, we didn't get through all of them, but we got through some of them, and all of the movies on that list were like awful movies to drink to because they were already bad
No,
movies.
I'm sure.
Um, we watched Star Wars. We watched the best Star Wars movie, which was Episode 3. No, yeah, Episode
Episode
3.
3 was pretty good. Yeah, absolutely.
I,
That's one of
sorry,
the ones.
I don't watch Star Wars, so I'm trying to remember which one it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
It was the one where uh, Anakin kills the younglings. That
Yeah.
one.
That one. You drank to that scene?
I drank a little bit to that. But I didn't get like trashed. I did get trashed when we were watching Scott Pilgrim.
Oh
Which was
no.
a great movie to drink to.
Oh god.
Um, but however bad I felt when I was watching Scott Pilgrim, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
100% sober when he put on Spy Kids 3, and I thought I was drunk the entire time. I thought I had done
Oh
a very
no.
large amount of drugs as I was watching that movie, because that is not a good movie.
No,
Spy
of
Kids 3
course.
is awful.
Obviously.
But I was 100% sober for it, and that was a mistake. So
No.
I probably would not have been if my stomach wasn't already feeling bad because of something I ate earlier. But
Mm.
no, Spy Kids 3 is a crazy movie in a I don't know what kind of way.
All right. You know
But
what?
it was all not feel good, but like just
Yeah, yeah.
funny comedy movies. Watched Flushed Away. We watched actually I think that was it. But
All right. You know what? Why don't we do that at my place? What's some good movies that we can also watch too? That can be that we can drink to. I'm
um
thinking.
Do you want funny movies to watch? Do you want actual movies to watch?
Funny, actual, or whatever you recommend.
Um, I don't know. I mean, we could watch like traditionally uh box office bombs. Um, like we could watch Hoodwinked
The
if you
Room,
want,
The
but
Room,
I don't know
while
what the room
drunk.
is.
Tommy Wiseau, The
No.
Room. You don't know The Room?
Stop saying the room like I know what it is if you say it a fourth time. I don't know the room. No.
This is like the worst movie. Course
We could
that
watch.
actually was from Hollywood.
We could watch any of the Saw movies. I know those are all bad.
Maybe. I don't
My
know.
favorite.
I don't
My
think
favorite
my
movie
my
series.
drunk ass would handle Saw,
My
honestly.
my favorite movie series of all time. The best movie has a 50% Rotten Tomatoes rating.
What?
And it's the first one. Saw.
I don't know if my drunk ass would be able to handle Saw, but I
Ugh.
guess.
I mean that's an option. No, I don't know what the room is.
I'm surprised you don't know The Room.
Let me see. The Room movie. That doesn't help me at all. Oh, it is a 24% Rotten Tomatoes. Nice.
Yeah, that's why.
It
It's
has a
literally
3
one of the worst
rating.
movies.
Um. Oh, it's that movie.
Yes, it's this movie. I didn't hit
Yeah.
her. I did not hit her.
I did
Yeah,
not
this
hit
guy.
her. Yeah, I got you. Okay. I still don't know anything about it, but I do know that scene.
We should watch Dune while drunk.
Ugh, I don't want to watch June while sober.
Or no, drunk. We should watch
Yeah,
Dune while drunk.
I mean we could.
That would be kind of banger. I'm trying to think of other stuff. Obviously, you have to watch. Okay, look, you have to watch Azumanga Daioh drunk.
Yeah,
That's just an obligation. You need to watch it while drunk. Oh
I think
my
if
god,
you're, I
it's
think if you're
better.
gonna make me watch that, well, if you're gonna make me watch that, I think I'm gonna make you watch Scott Pilgrim while drunk.
Maybe.
Because I don't think you've seen it, have you?
No, I haven't. I kind of want
I
to watch it while drunk, but I
I've
need
seen it
someone.
maybe like
I
four
need
times.
someone to do it. I need to
No,
someone
I would do
to
it with
like
you.
kind of do it with me. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you
I'd
probably.
absolutely.
I feel like
I'd
you would
absolutely.
probably be the best one to do it with, honestly.
Mhm. I can get drunk, but I can also be mature when I'm drunk. So I'd say I'm a good happy medium of.
He knows himself while he's drunk, which is
I
crazy.
do. If I need to, I can sober up quickly. But I'm when I drink, I'm under the assumption I don't need to, so it's not like it's a priority of mine.
All right, you want to know a thing about when I'm drunk? I tend to reveal my intrusive thoughts a little bit more, and usually
Mhm.
they end up about me being down bad
Yeah. Oh, let's go. I'm
and just
I'm
crying.
oh, like in a bad way. Never mind.
No, not in a bad way, just like crying.
That's the bad way.
No, I'm not crying literally. Yo, no, not the bad. And also, yeah, I can be fun. I can be fun.
I swear I was
Yeah,
joking. Ah.
I bleed out like, I bleed out or reek out a little bit of like, I'm down bad, but also at the
Mhm.
same time like there's also a kind of me where I'm like joking about it too.
Yeah.
So I
No,
mean,
that's good. That's quality. I'm similar in that way. The thing is, I already do that when I'm sober. The thing is, I do it more when I when I drink. I'm a lot more. Uh, I make it more known, I suppose.
yeah, no, I do the same
Like
thing too.
I don't know. I'll be
It's
funny about
literally
it.
me.
I'm funnier. I'll say it. I'm funnier when I drink.
Funny that you mention it because you say you're much mature too. Like I feel like the same way too. Like I feel
Mhm.
like even when I'm drunk, I still have a consciousness
Mhm.
somehow, or at least a moral consciousness.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I tend to reveal my intrusive thoughts at the same
I
time.
I just know that I've never blacked out. I've never been to the point where I don't remember what went on, and I've never been to the point where I've
Yeah,
inherently
I think
caused somebody concern
the
when I'm.
closest I think was when we drank at that bar. Remember a while ago? That was probably the
Yes.
closest. I feel like
Oh yeah. That was a that was a great night. I was not.
that was the best night, honestly. We should have that kind of night again.
We
Honestly,
really
you
should.
should come back to my. You should come to my place. Honestly.
I I should. I need to find it. Ow, shoot. I need to find a time where I'm free. I really do.
When do you get out? Because mine, I don't get out until May. But I mean,
I
what
the
is
fir- the
Midwest,
second
Ian?
week of May I graduate. Maybe I could come down before my graduation ceremony, which is
Maybe. When is
May.
Midwest?
I don't know. When is Midwest?
You know, I haven't booked the hotel. That
It
actually
is
reminds me.
July 5th to July 7th.
Oh wait, no, not Midwest. What's it called? Not Midwest. Shoot, what's the
Central?
other? Yeah, Central.
That is
May 17th to
May
May 19th.
19th.
Are you ready to get drunk again?
Yeah, but if are we going to be the only ones going, or are you going to bring a designated driver this time?
I think it's probably just gonna be us this time.
Okay, so I will not be
I
having
mean, do
4
you?
drinks again. I could have 4 drinks.
Well, if
I just
we stay at
I
that
don't need to
hotel,
make the
if we
decisions.
stay at that hotel,
Oh yeah, we'll be golden.
but the problem is, I need to find the hotel.
Yes. You should probably, if we're gonna go, you should probably plan for it sooner than later, just because I know hotels fill up fast.
Let's see.
Um,
It says there in one night deposit due 417. I'm hoping someone cancels probably by then and they realize, oh yeah. Maybe I'll call them actually. Maybe I'll
maybe.
call them and see because it's closer to the date. I think people are gonna start to realize, oh yeah, we're gonna cancel like around closer
Yeah,
to the date. So
hopefully.
I think this is probably the best opportunity for us to sneak in because it's literally in a month, so we can probably get that. I'll figure it out.
hmm
I feel like
I hope
we
we
should go
can.
to Japan next year. I
I
feel like we
I
should
need
go to Japan.
I don't know about that. I at some point I do want to go, but
I want to go next year. Maybe. I feel like this is the most optimal because everyone's graduating next
yeah.
year. And not only that, you also have a job probably by then. Hopefully.
I'm not too optimistic. I am hoping. I am hoping. I could find a job
No,
if I
I
need
feel
to.
like you got it. I feel like you got it. Don't worry. I have confidence in you. You'll find something eventually.
Thank you. Thank you.
You'll make it. Problem is I need to find an internship. That's my problem too. I think the thing is I think I'm cooked. So I might have to cuz I screwed up my interviews, sadly.
Well, you got interviews, so you made it further than I did.
Yeah, I screwed up my interviews because I was like, I don't know if I can because I was trying to be prepared, but I always get stutter up during interviews nowadays. I don't feel that
Yeah.
confident. And all right, to my employers, I please give me another chance.
I
I
didn't
need
mean it the
something.
first time. It was
I
a
know
joke.
I was just bad. No, the thing is, I hate the video interviews thing because it's like,
Yeah.
or no, not the video interview, but you know what I mean, like the what's it called, the
Yeah.
pre-recorded, the pre-recorded interviews. I
Mhm.
feel like it's the worst medium. I feel like if you were to talk to a person up front or like at least through a video interview, I feel
Mhm.
like that'd be stronger because not only that it at least establishes some sense of engagement, and I
Mhm.
feel like doing a pre-recorded interview is kind of void of that, and like it usually doesn't paint a good picture, and it also like could also paint like a false perspective for most people
Yeah.
too, which is like I don't know if that's the thing that they really want to be aiming for at that point. So
Yeah. Well, I don't know much about that. I don't think I've gotten an interview in 200 applications. So.
in 200 applications. All right,
Oh
you know
yeah,
what?
I've sent out at this point over 200 applications.
All right,
So.
I feel like do you want to look at your have you sent out cover letters and resumes to people?
Yeah, I have. I've done pretty much everything you can think of.
I kind of want to take a look at your cover letters and resumes so I can help you out with them. Cuz
At this point, I'm over it. for a little bit. I'll show you.
I guess. Yeah.
But I haven't sent out an application in a while because um at the point I'm at right now, I am under the assumption that because I'm still in school, people are kind of glossing over me. And
Yeah.
because I'm almost out of school, all the internships that are like, oh, you've got to be a junior in college or you've got to be a sophomore in college,
Mm-hmm.
um, are glossing over me because I'm too far past that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm in a I'm in the happy medium of like a desert where I'm out of luck until
Yeah.
I'm out of school.
Yeah.
Um, I think because I'm graduating soon, I'm gonna start shooting them out. Again, at least sometime in April I will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Well, I mean, you get time at the very least.
I have time, and I'm not gonna be strapped for cash when I
I feel
leave
like
college,
this will
which I'm
give you a little bit more
thankful
time
for.
just to relax a little bit more, especially when you don't have a job. I feel like it's like at least more of a comfortable time too, especially exploring that like
Mhm.
kind of time. I think just like you should just treat it as just kind of like a side thing. And
Yeah,
yeah, there are kind of like like I think trying to put your efforts into it is important, but I don't think you should like personally put too much like stress onto it, honestly.
no, not anymore. I'm not going to. Not for a little while.
Which it seems like you're handling it well, so I mean, at the same
Ugh,
time, like I
I don't have a
wouldn't.
choice to. I don't have a choice to handle it well or not.
I guess yeah, but that's
My
like
other option is to
it's part of the
break down and
process.
panic, and that's not going to do anything for me.
It's part of the process, and like yeah, I've been through that too. I think I've kind of accepted it. I've kind of panicked because I have so much to do. I have a job
Mhm.
to manage. I have like my own, like I have to work. Like I just got off work today, and I also have to do school all at the same
Yeah,
time, and it hasn't been that good, especially considering the fact that I also have to look for an internship, like all in the same kind of thing. So
right.
it hasn't been that well, but I think the way that I kind of dealt with it is like, you know what, maybe I'll find something else. And I kind of been looking into day trading over the summer, maybe.
Day trading.
It
Uh,
sounds like a weird transition, but I mean, like, I need something to probably get my money up a little bit. So
oh,
I guess
not as a full time day trader. As
no,
a
no, 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 not
Okay,
not for like any. I think just like just doing it occasionally,
just
like
to do it.
on some
Yeah, okay,
days.
that makes a lot more sense.
No, obviously not. Of course, I'm just doing it over the summer because I feel like it's something that can get me a little bit of income
Hmm.
while, you know, I get to do something at the same time.
Yeah, and you're still in school for another year or another 2 semesters, so you do have
Yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah. Then that's the other thing, but
So
you know,
you don't have to break your back to worry, but as long as you have that in the back of your mind to do something to progress yourself,
hmm
uh,
I think that's the more
then
important part.
yes, then progress will be made to some
hmm
capacity.
Yeah, I'm just praying that maybe someone from like someplace because I feel like I also like from a job fair. There's like a really nice guy that also made like a good relationship.
Mhm.
Um, he kind of want to looks to hire me, but also the thing is, he also their headquarters are in California, and also he like also resides in Chicago. So I don't know if they're gonna move me to like either California or Chicago, but it's
Yeah,
debatable.
who knows? Well,
Maybe.
that's good. I'm happy to hear that. I've had personally a
hmm
couple of experiences where people are like, "Oh yeah, let me see if I can help you get this job," uh, and that has not gotten me very far. So I'm hoping that yours
Yeah,
is different. Um, hoping that it works out for you, even if it's not with that guy, maybe with another person.
I feel like
Uh,
it'll work out somehow. I feel like
yeah,
everything will work out somehow. Like despite how stupid things are at the moment.
things are stupid right now. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
but I mean that's to be expected, honestly. So I mean, if I can't find a way, I make my own way at this point. So
Good. That's a good mindset to have.
I've coped too far, hard, like too long enough. I literally, the one thing that kept me going on, if you watch Cowboy Bebop, it's like
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens. That's
Mhm.
literally what I've been like going off of so far. Like that's literally my mindset. And yeah, it's also helped me out get rid of some of my stress too. I'm like, yeah, and after like a stressful situation happens, like I
Mhm.
tend not to dawn on it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Whatever happens, happens at this point.
Yeah, good.
So
It's a positive mentality. Is that
I
life
wouldn't say
happens.
positive, but I mean it's
Life
something.
happens. You can't control every aspect of life, but you can control what you can. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
as
what
long
you
as you
say.
control what you can, life will move on, and you'll move along right with it. So,
Yeah. This became a philosophical episode, not a anime episode.
I mean, I
But
could
I
give you
mean,
another. I could give you another drinking fact if you want to lighten the
okay, now
mood.
this became an alcohol episode instead of anything that
I
we
don't
just
know.
said.
I mean, we were talking about drinking earlier. We were talking about anime earlier for this anime episode.
Oh yeah, speaking
But
of,
anime episode number 4, whatever it is.
we
Yeah.
should yeah, you should watch Blue Archive with me when it comes out. It's actually peak.
Uh,
It's peak, dude.
I just wanted to sigh into the mic. Um, didn't you tell me this last time? Blue
Yes,
Archive
it's
is a
peak.
video game.
Yes, it is a game.
Huh. I
All
don't
right,
know if
if
I
you
know
haven't
this. Let
if you
me look up
haven't
images
delved
for it to
into
see if see if it
I
jogs my memory.
would avoid that. I would avoid that if I were you.
No,
No,
I remember this
no. I
conversation from
think
last time.
you should avoid the images part. I think you should avoid it. Personally, I wouldn't. If you're a new person, I
Hold on,
don't
I'm
think.
starting to remember. Hold on. Still looking. No, I'm just kidding. I I do remember this conversation from last time where uh I was making fun of you about that as well. But when is it coming out?
In 2 weeks, or actually, I think it's yeah, I think it's yeah, on Sunday next week, or on the 7th of April. No, actually Saturday, because Sunday in Japan, but
Blue
it's
Archive
Saturday
game.
for us.
Uh, it airs April 7th. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Sun
no, in Japan,
Sundays at
in
23.
Japan. So
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
it's the
yeah, yeah.
sixth for us.
Okay.
It is peak fiction. Trust me.
Good.
All right,
It's
I've
yeah.
already read the like the story of it, but if you're a new time person, you're gonna enjoy
Mhm.
it. You're really gonna
Uh,
enjoy it. I feel. It depends. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty good. Like I feel like because there's like a bunch of different arcs to it. I feel like it's
mhm.
pretty good. But
Oh, these guys made a couple other shows that I'm familiar with. The the Studio Mausu.
Studio,
They made Tokyo Revengers. They made. I don't know if this is. Yeah, this is just Dress Up Darling. Um,
wait, what the frick? Wait, so I'm looking at MAL. I'm not logged
yeah,
in, but it says here never forget what you've seen. It says here start tracking your anime today, and Bochi is on there, and it says here scored a 9, completed
yeah.
scored a 9.
That's because you probably used
Peak.
Mal and looked up Bochi, but that's
No, it's just on the front page. It's just on the front
yeah.
page because
Oh,
it's static
oh,
PNG.
producers. Okay, they Studio Mouse who produced it. I believe that. You just looked up Mal like straight up.
Yeah, MAL.
Oh well, I looked up Blue Archive the animation and went to the Mal website. So
I just went to MAL. It's right there.
I want to look at the studios. I don't want to look at the producers. Um, Yostar did
It's just
Azure
Gotcha Games.
Lane.
It's just Gotcha
Yeah,
Games Studio.
yeah.
It's literally Gotcha
Mhm.
Games Studio.
Couple of Blue Archive stuff. Arc Knights. What's the other one? Studio Candy Box?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
no.
I've
The
never seen the wait. What's the hold on, let's see the studios
the producer is what
or
is
producer.
familiar to me.
Because it says here none
Um,
found. It says here none found on Blue Archive the animation. Oh wait, no, this Blue Archive PVs.
oh,
I'm sorry. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my fault.
yeah. Be sorry.
Crazy.
Studio Mouse.
Tokyo
Oh, is it?
Revengers, Dress Up Darling, Trinity 7.
Okay, they made the slime
Uh,
anime. They made Yosuga. Oh no, they made
They did
Yosuga
make
no
Yosuke
Sora.
Sora.
Oh no.
What's wrong with that? I
Don't look into it. For the average watcher, don't look into it.
ooh,
They made Dress
nice.
Up Darling. They made Dress Up Darling.
Superfluous. Yeah, seems like it. They
I dress
they also made Trendy 7, which is I
Dress Up
assume
Darling was goaded.
on par with Yosuke no Sora. They made Tomodachi Game. They made oh, I thought you were talking about the time I got reincarnated as a slime.
No,
It
no, no,
is
no, not that
the
one. They
one.
made there's like another one.
I've been killing slimes for 300 years. Um, they did Tokyo Revengers. They did Maker Life. Um, that Cells at Work. Is that what that is? Oh, Cells at Work Code Black. They did,
Huh.
which is the inverse. Cells at Work, I
They
think.
made cutscenes for Blaze Blue? What the frick?
Oh, nice. They made Vermilion Gold. Hmm.
All right. Will you be interested?
Yeah, I'd watch that with you if you watched Overcrawl. Oh, nice. They made they made Overflow or they produced Overflow as well.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's awesome. I think
Tokyo Avengers.
I think the like at least the notable one is Dress Up Darling, I feel like.
Um, yeah, I mean the top three give it away. It's Tokyo Avengers, Dress Up Darling, and Trinity 7. Those are
Yeah, yeah.
the like most
Yeah,
watched
Tokyo Revengers, yeah.
productions from them. But
Hmm.
like Vermilion Gold, Tomodachi Game, I've been killing slimes for 300 years. Those were all like those got traction. They got a little bit of traction.
Hmm.
Um, even their Cells at Work, not spin-off, I wouldn't say, but spin-off. Um, oh my gosh, why is I just got taken to a captcha because I'm trying to look at one of the
Crazy.
shows
All right.
on Mal.
Would you watch Blue Archive with me though? That's the thing.
Yeah, I
Would
just
you
said I
actually?
would.
Okay, okay. All right.
I
At
uh, I
least
w-
he's indulging. He's showing interest in
if you
peak
gave me
fiction.
if you gave me a time and said, hey, we're watching it on this day, and we're gonna spend like 4 hours
We're
watching it.
actually we're actually gonna
Fine.
do a we're actually might do a watch party of it because
Yeah, I would
I
love that.
really.
I'd be down.
All right. Do you
Um,
want me to give you a premise on the? Because I don't think they give you too much. They do world building, but I don't think they usually give a premise for this type of anime because I think they assume that you've watched the original media most of the time.
yeah,
Do you want me to
you
give
can
you a small? Okay,
work with that.
basically in Blue Archive, you know how the girls have guns and all that.
Yes.
So basically, you live in a fictional utopia. Well, not really utopia. Uh, it's just Atlanta.
Yeah.
Called Kivoto. It's literally Atlanta.
Just
You
Atlanta.
live in Atlanta, and
Yeah.
it's called Kivotos. Um, they have different schools and all that, which like are like kind of like factions in this kind of way and all that. The schools like represent like different things and all that, or like different real world things. Like there's like a Trinity thing, Trinity, and basically that represents like Christianity. There's Gehenna,
Yeah.
which is like a German school, and there's like an Egyptian school called Abydos that's based on like Egyptian lore, and then there's like Millennium, which is like based on like futuristic, or I don't know what the country is that like kind of like Renaissance kind of stuff, like futuristic and kind
Italy.
of like yeah, Italy, I guess. I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Um
Gone.
basically they like of course they live in different like sections and all that, and like they're part of different schools and all that. Each school has like their own ideals, and then like of course the thing is the girls have halos, which are like kind of like shields, like literally they're like halo shields for the
Yes.
girls. And if the halo is
Yeah.
or if a halo is broken, then of course they're dead canonically.
Mhm.
And um they have to carry out firearms in order to keep themselves safe. But of course, like the shields or the halos are pretty strong. So I mean,
Right.
they do like just barely enough damage, and they're just fighting each other most of the time and all that. Um, most of it is slice of life, but there's like also some stuff where it's like they do world building and they talk about how like they're solving different mysteries. It's literally kind of like because you're the teacher for like like everyone in the thing. It's kind of like Scooby Doo in a way where you have to solve through like different like mysteries and all that for each school, kind of like
Yeah,
that, and like different conflicts that they have with each other in that case.
sounds
So
about right.
that's pretty
Yeah,
much it.
that's kind of interesting, actually.
All right, I will remind you that the community is unhinged though, but
Yes,
it is very good.
I understand. Well, they made. Sorry, I'm
It is
still looking
very
for.
good.
Yeah, I would be down to watch it with you at some point.
Awesome. Well, I guess like we have if you guys know, you know. We have got another brother with us.
Yep.
Another
So,
brother on the train. So that way
um,
he can indulge in peak fiction.
yeah, peak fiction. That's what I would call it.
Now
Uh,
he's going to be with us. What?
Also jump back to Studio Mouse's page if you pulled it up.
Yeah.
Scroll down and tell me if you recognize some of the shows.
Yeah.
Because I know you'd recognize Blaze Blue, probably. They're Alter Memory.
Not really.
No?
Yeah, not really. I think the other one is Soft Tenny, I think. Is this I think yeah, I think I've seen this one in memes though. Yeah, I've
Which one?
seen this Soft Tenny, the animation. This one's like one that I've seen from memes and all that from screen caps. But
Uh,
I like it's literally just a meme thing.
yeah.
Um oh. Well, I mean I don't recognize them, but oh yeah, okay. These are interesting
Yeah.
shows. Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
that
Yeah.
reaction's because you don't recognize them.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Just making sure. Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Any catch your eye in particular?
Um I mean, I'm gonna be equal about it. And I feel like, yeah, they make some quality stuff. I guess. I don't want to assume anybody else's
No,
preference, but I mean, and it's probably not my thing. But I mean, if anybody else likes it, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it seems like they make good stuff. I don't recognize any of it, but it seems like they make pretty interesting shows, pretty wide variety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Crazy. One of them
I have
is
not seen anything about soft any. I
I
have not
saw
even
Hayori, but I mean, I don't barely know that one.
Hayori.
I mean, I guess that's. I mean, I just see things like through like meme screenshots. There's another one. This one's pretty funny because I haven't watched it, but this one is pretty funny. Drugstore in Another World.
I feel like that might be familiar to me
Yeah,
also.
this one. This one's pretty funny. Not only that, there's been edits of this one. This one's pretty like actually pretty funny. A little bit. I feel like. I feel like this one's pretty funny.
The slow life of a cheap pharmacist.
Yeah. This one's actually pretty funny. A little
Oh,
bit.
that was not what I was expecting to see when I pulled it up.
What?
Um,
What did he find? Oh my! What did he find?
oh, the not profile picture, but like the cover image is a lot more pastel than I assumed in my
Yeah, it
gathered in my
is.
head.
The art style is really bright, but it's
It
pretty
reminds me
funny.
of what's it called? There's another show that's like incredibly. It almost reminds me of like No Game No Life because their art style is like all the colors pop,
Yeah.
and all the colors maybe don't go together that much, but still
Mm-hmm.
like they make it work anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty funny because like
Yeah,
it's kind of like slice of life comedy. I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
it's something that I typically like would watch anyways. But I
mhm.
mean, I only watched a few clips of it, to be fair.
Yeah, understood.
Like I said, I don't watch anime that much, honestly.
No, yeah, me either. Um, Why is Freerun that good?
Free Run is pretty good. I haven't watched the latest stuff and I haven't kept up with it because I've been so busy, but it's actually pretty good.
Is
From
it
when I watch it, it's pretty good.
is it 0.3 stars better than Full Metal Brotherhood good?
No, it's not.
Because
It's not
apparent
peak.
according
Well, I know.
according
Wait,
to according to the top anime list of all time on Mal, Freerun is higher than
wait.
Brotherhood by
What?
3 stars.
That's crazy. Wait. Top anime. What? Wait, it beat it. It beat.
It beat it in a
It
bloodbath.
beat FMA. Wait, no. I thought people were joking on Twitter that Free Run beat it.
I thought it was a joke.
I thought it was a joke that people were talking about Free Run beating it. Okay, Free Run is good. I didn't think it
Yeah,
would beat it. I haven't kept up with it either. Look, I
yeah,
think the reason why is because like it's very slice of life, and it's also there's a little bit of action in it too. Like after like it's kind of like in between like most of like the slice of life stuff. They put in really good like action
yeah.
stuff in between.
Hmm.
Like it feels like natural action and doesn't feel like too supernatural, but it just feels like just good enough, or it just feels like
Right.
perfectly like realistic and also really good action. Obviously it's a fantasy setting, but still. But
Hmm.
I feel like wow, I didn't even think that it would actually be like that high, honestly, compared to FMA, which is
And it
crazy.
beat out Bochi the Rock. That's so weird.
Where's Bochi on this list?
Bochi is number 30,
Wow. Okay, it's still holding its title. Wow.
34.
Okay.
Yeah.
To think that Bochi beats out Eurocamp in this timeline too.
Bochi beats out the new Kaguya-san.
Wait, really?
Mhm. It's up by one.
Okay. Um.
It's up barely. It is barely up.
Wow. I didn't think Bochi would be that high though. That's kind of crazy to think about that. Well, don't get me wrong, it's peak, but still, like it feels like so out of place to
Mhm.
be like compared to everything else. Okay, who who put Kaguya on number 12? Oh my god. I had this like someone told me like it's like, "Oh yeah, Gabe, do you think Kaguya is peak?" And I'm like, "It's mid." And they
Wow.
literally they kicked me out
You didn't
of
even
the
watch
call.
it.
I did watch it. I did watch Kaguya a bit, but I
Did you
mean
watch
like
the newest season?
no. I didn't keep up with it
Ooh.
afterwards. I'm like, I don't
I didn't
know.
never keep up with it, but I heard the newest season is what made it the best.
Did you watch speaking of
Nope.
Akasaka's
Rather not.
work, have you watched Oshinoko?
Nope.
You haven't watched Oshinoko?
I mean, I watched the first episode, if that means anything.
Okay, you've watched the first episode,
Yeah, because
but
you made me.
I yeah, it was that's the only thing I've watched too. To be like everything else is just slice of life. I'm like, I don't know if I want to invest my time in this. I feel like the first episode like was a really good like impression.
Mhm.
Then afterwards, it was like, yeah, it just kind of fell off afterwards.
So, not relating to slice of life, but kind of.
Yeah.
Um, I really am not a fan of isekai. I'm just generally I'm not.
Yeah, no, I feel like the same way too. I'm like, I don't know if
And I
isekai.
know this isn't the same thing as isekai, but the general premise of getting transported to like a made up RPG style world is kind of
Mm-hmm.
overdone.
Mm-hmm.
But with Delicious in Dungeon with Dungeon Meshi, it's it's not an isekai. That is a clear distinction to make.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same, oh, this world that's effectively D&D, where it's a bunch of different races living together. Each race has their own problems and ego about the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the premise is exploring dungeons where there's dragons in the dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One, it feels like a giant D&D campaign, which I'm a huge fan of, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's a show about cooking. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's a show about cooking things that don't exist, which, as I mentioned before, is super interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so where if I would have seen that on any other show, pretty much, where
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, a group of adventurers go to a dungeon, they fight monsters,
Yeah.
same song as dance as 80 other shows, I would not have watched the first episode.
Yeah.
But it does it in a way that I can respect because a lot of the races and a lot of the monsters are lore accurate,
Mm-hmm.
where they will make jokes and they will make references to different aspects of quote traditional races and traditional monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like they'll make a comment of like, oh, this this monster's skin is resilient to like
Yeah.
normal weapon attacks, so you have to use a special weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Or there will be a call out where like the dwarves will call the elves knife ears, they'll call humans long, or the orcs will call the humans long legs and long ears for
Mm-hmm.
elves. Um, one of the elves is called a dark elf, and or one of the high elves is called a dark elf, and they get all offended and upset by that. I feel like it touches on these tropes that like might fly over some people's heads, but
Yeah.
really nail the jokes that they make.
And it's kind of like a
Um,
world building aspect, anyways. Just to.
it's a very good world building aspect, along with it being an entertaining show for me who likes cooking. It's
Mm-hmm.
also a very entertaining show for me who likes that kind of lore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so in that way, I think it does it really well, better than some shows, better than a lot
Mm-hmm.
of shows. Whereas it's just, oh, you fell into our world. I'll be your guide. You can level
Mm-hmm.
up as well if you want. Uh,
Yeah.
take the quest of the quest keeper, and they'll help you level up. They'll give you a quest as a level 1 character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So you just
There's got
wanted
to.
to pay like tribute to D&D a little bit, or that kind of aspect
I
in
feel
that
like
case.
I feel like just saying that is a little undermines what I like. If I just said that without giving background, it would
Oh well, yeah,
undermine
yeah, no,
what I
well,
was,
definitely
what like
for
the
sure.
true reason is. No, don't apologize. What but in short, yeah, I'm a huge nerd in that way of like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
if something pays
definitely.
tribute to something I like, I'm much more on board.
Hmm.
Whereas if it's a generic RPG, if it's a generic um,
Yeah.
RuneScape style grind session for most of the episodes,
Hmm.
I I'm not as interested, not as into it.
Hmm. Because it just mostly goes into the gaming aspect rather than like the actual like world itself.
Yes.
So that's why. And I feel like
Yeah.
yeah, that's what most. I feel like because most isekais are based off of kind of like Dragon Quest and like inspired
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
rather than like of course like the actual world itself. I feel
hmm
like that's pretty much where the influence come from. And I feel like nowadays they're starting to be aware about that, and I feel like it's getting better.
I think it's
That's why.
I think it's getting better as well.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of it. Um, but no, yeah, I don't know. I do not know.
Also, we're on an hour 43 for our episode.
You you want to call it? You want to call it two? What do you want to do? I don't know if you have any
Uh,
more to talk about.
I don't really have anything else to talk about, honestly. I feel like we gone through everything. I feel like this was. We always say this is an anime episode, and then we end up not talking about anime. Well, we don't really
I mean,
watch anime. That's the problem. We
I
don't
mean,
really
we
watch
made it.
anime.
Anime is one of the three things we. I'm gonna say two. One of the two things we talked about because I don't even remember what the third one was.
I guess, but we've been talking about alcohol, I think, most of the time, more
Uh,
often.
no, I mean we spent the last like 25 minutes at least talking when on Mal, and then we introed this with talking about anime. So I think we covered the anime episode.
We
Um,
should.
if not now, then we have then now along with our other ones. But
All right, then I guess this was a success then at this point.
I would say it was a success.
All right, we've officially done the anime episode. You're welcome, guys.
I mean, we can do more. We don't have to
We
stop at
could
one.
probably do the next anime episode next time. Anime episode literally 2. Anime episode 2. Let's call it that.
anime anime episode in another world.
No, don't say that's cringe.
I know it
That's
is. I was
cringe.
I was really hoping you wouldn't agree with me because I barely got it out. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to see what your reaction would be.
This is cringe.
It's mega cringe.
All right.
All right.
I think we'll call it that. You want to chill afterwards? Or are you busy afterwards?
I am busy. Afterwards.
Oh, why is he always so busy, man?
I said this earlier.
I know you did. I was hoping you
Um,
did. You would say something different.
I was hoping you lied earlier. When that's you said April 7th that came out. April 6th that came out for the
Which
watch
one?
party. For
Yeah.
Blue Archive.
Yep.
I will. What is it? What is April 6th? What day is that?
April
Saturday.
6th. Saturday. Yeah. Next week.
I.
Literally the same time.
Ooh. Okay,
I don't
hang
even
on.
know if it's coming out.
Let me do some math real
Blue
quick.
Archive anime.
I don't actually know if I'll be free for that.
Release.
I'll be driving my mom
All
back
right,
from the airport
probably Sunday.
Sunday.
Probably Sunday.
Um, Sunday I should be free.
Okay, thank God.
I can't remember what day I'm driving my mom back from the airport. It's either Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, let me know.
And it's later at night, and I'm sure that's when you're gonna watch it.
Alright.
I will let you know, and if not, I will. Because
We
are
shall
they
watch
releasing
Geek.
a whole series, or are they just releasing one episode?
No, just one episode.
Okay, well then
Man,
what?
they don't do that. They don't
So
do
I
that like
don't know.
compared to us.
Well then, when you watch the second episode, I'll watch the first one and catch up if I miss the initial watch party. How's
Maybe.
that sound?
We'll figure it out. I still have yet to figure it out. It depends. I also want to
Alright,
watch Eurocamp too. So I mean,
that is true.
that's also another thing I have to keep up with. All right.
Yeah. When's the next thing at Eurocamp coming out?
I think 2 days or 4 days after or before. I'm sorry, not after. Before.
4 days after Blue Archive?
No, before. Yeah, before.
For
So
Blue Archive.
I think I don't know when it comes out.
Okay, so a few days from now. Let me know. I should be free for that.
Okay. I'll let you know.
If you wanted to.
April 4th. So that's
Okay.
yeah. So it's Thursday.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
actually Wednesday for us. So it should be
Even
this
better.
Wednesday.
Even better.
Epic. All right. See you there. All right.
Yeah,
I
see you there.
think oh my god, this has got to be our longest episode. So
Probably.
I'm so tired after today. I'm sorry if we
I'm
padded out too much time
tired.
just being silent,
I'm
dude.
hungry. I want to go to bed.
All
I don't
right.
think we were silent that much. I think we looked for a few images, but I don't think we were silent.
All right. Well, next time we'll probably have another guest. I feel like we have to have a guest every like how many episodes anyways. So
I think we've had a consistent one guest per 2 episodes.
I think that
Maybe.
probably should be consistent. Yeah, I think we should probably like make that trend happen. So I'll figure
Well,
it
I don't
out.
know that many people to have as a guest star.
I have a few
So,
people.
okay, good.
Would you want to talk to a melee player for a podcast?
I
Would
don't
you
think
want to talk
melee
to a
player-
melee player?
I don't think
Yeah,
melee player
I know you
to-
don't want to talk to a melee player, so I mean that's why I might bring one on.
You can bring one on.
Or
I'll
I can bring a Street Fighter pro, not a Street
Yeah.
Fighter pro, but I mean
Pro.
you know who I'm talking about, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So I mean, also I don't know if he watches this podcast.
I'll call up my friend.
I might
Hbox,
DM.
see if he can stop by.
Yeah. Not Juan. Nope. No, screw Juan. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
He plays Puff. Just kidding. I love him,
All right,
but
Well,
I don't want him.
we'll find someone.
All right,
Alright,
we'll
but
find someone.
That'll be
All right, that'll be it. We're already at like 1 hour 50, so I
150.
think we'll probably get off here. I think
Mhm.
that's gonna be it. All right.
Made it this far. Thanks for listening.
All right. Signing off. Bye bye.
Adios. Ciao.
Later.